So, I don't usually appear on camera on this channel. In fact, it's been like over a year since I did any kind of channel update, but I had to today. I just had to because I got this in the mail this morning. This is the editor's draft, if you like, of the finished book that the channel is based on. For those of you who don't realize, the daily Game Boy reviews, Monday to Friday, are essentially an audiobook reading of this massive encyclopedia that I've been writing for 5 years on and off. Honestly, holding this in my hands is actually kind of emotional in a way. Like, thousands of hours. I couldn't even tell you how many hours have gone into making this a reality. And I mean, I've written every single word myself. It comes to something like 560 pages. It's like 650,000 words or something like that. However many cartridges there are, what is it? Something like 1,049, 1,050, something like that. DMG carts in the Game Boy library. I've given a full review to something like 900 of them. I mean, they're all in there. I've given a full review to 900, something like that. Not only that, there's a few pieces at the start about the console itself, its history, the tech, the people behind it, and so on, and a ton of useful appendices, such as region-exclusive checklists for you collectors out there, and what I'm pretty sure is the most complete list of DMG codes in existence. Hey, the book is pretty massive, let's be real. And look, this is A4 size. It's that thick. Listen to this. That was the sound of the book hitting the desk from about 6 inches. Seriously, it's like holding a newborn child. But anyway, I think it's a really cool thing to have for Game Boy collectors, for anyone with a passing interest in retro gaming. So, you might be wondering, how can you get this for your own perusal? I'm going to be running a Kickstarter. Seems like a pretty sensible way to start. See if we can get the printing costs funded. It's going to be quite expensive to print, obviously, because it's a big old thing. If I can get the Kickstarter met, that'll obviously make the process much easier. And you'll be perhaps glad to know that the Kickstarter is live as of this video going live. So I've popped the link in the description. It'll be in the links to every video going forward for the duration of the Kickstarter. Or you can visit here. I'll put a link somewhere here. I don't know. There's going to be a couple of tiers. I appreciate this is a huge thing, and of course it's been shipped from Britain, so international shipping costs, as you might expect, can be a little bit pricey perhaps, but I'll try my best to keep it affordable. I appreciate it's going to be out of a lot of people's what they're willing to spend on something like this, and that's totally fair enough, I get it. So there are going to be a few tiers. The lowest one, which I expect will be probably the most popular, is a PDF version. That'll be probably going to be the way that a lot of people go for, but if you want to ship out for the full thing, all of the prices and stuff like that for the individual tiers, they're all going to be on the Kickstarter page. So if you want to know any more, just click the link in the description. All the information's on there. So other stretch goals that I have in mind, obviously there's going to be an audiobook version, because that's what the YouTube channel's based on, so that's a no-brainer, really. I don't know about ACX. They can kind of screw you over a little bit with fees and royalties and stuff like that. They like ACX, so Audible, essentially. What I mean by ACX is they kind of like their audiobooks to be exclusive to that platform, and I don't really want to pigeonhole it like that. So I don't know about Audible compatibility as yet, but again, it's just another thing I'm going to look into. Don't worry about that just yet. There's going to be a pamphlet, like a little full color pamphlet, probably about 50 pages or something like that, based on the Super Game Boy, because this is a massive book. There's a hell of a lot more stuff I could have put in there if I wanted to. I had to really reel it in. So the Super Game Boy in particular, you know, the peripheral that you put into your Super Nintendo, that's something that didn't get nearly as much coverage as I wanted to do. So I thought, well, we'll make it a stretch goal. We'll put, it's going to be a full color, sort of 50-page little insert edition to go with the physical copy. And it's just going to detail every game that had some sort of Super Game Boy enhancement. So whether that's a a unique border, the custom palettes, you know, the enhanced soundtracks that some of the later games had, all that sort of thing. So yeah, that's one of the stretch goals. There's a kind of pie-in-the-sky stretch goal as well that I really don't expect to be met, and if you go on the Kickstarter page, you'll see that it is a high goal. And that's, I'd absolutely love to make some sort of app for mobile devices, for your iPad or your phone or whatever, right? That has all of this information in there. Now, it's a huge target, as you will find if you go on the Kickstarter page, and it kind of has to be for a couple of reasons. First, because like there needs to be enough of an audience that wants it for me to justify spending the time on it. But also, and mainly, because I'm going to have to hire somebody to help me code that thing, because I don't know anything about coding for apps or anything like that. So, but if it got met, it'd be crazy. It would be crazy. I don't expect it to get met. But if it does, what that will be is essentially an interactive digital version of the encyclopedia, and it'll have checklists, it'll have links to the YouTube videos embedded if I can figure that out, it'll have the audiobook version, all that stuff. But again, like I say, don't panic about that. I'm not gonna lose any sleep if that doesn't get met, honestly, because it's a super ambitious thing. So the Kickstarter is going to run, well, as of recording this, I don't actually know when the Kickstarter is going to run until, but you know, all the information is on the page anyway. That'll give me enough time to, because I need to proofread this whole thing. It's a hell of a lot of book to read through. Not completely finalized on the print type. Like, this has a lovely glossy cover, but I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be the final design. I need to figure out barcodes and stuff on the back, all the boring book stuff that you need to do. And yeah, of course, anyone who is gorgeous and generous enough to back this book, you'll get your name printed in there. Even if you back the lowest tier that doesn't actually buy the physical copy, you'll get your name printed in there. You'll be the first to get your copy when the book's released. So anyone who is super sweet and generous enough to do that, you have my utmost thanks, believe me. So that's all I'm going to say about the book for now. If you're still watching this video, I'd like to drop a few other little channel notes, if I may. Now that the writing's finished for the book, I have a lot more time to dedicate to the YouTube channel itself. So, in addition to the 5 reviews a week, Monday to Friday, they're not going anywhere, obviously. So I'm actually toying with some ideas for a Saturday video as well. At the moment, every 5th Saturday? Yeah, every 5th Saturday has one of those omnibus vids with like 25 reviews in it. I'm still going to do those because there are a handful of people I know who watch the channel solely using them. But in between, I want to do a few other things as well, now that I have the time. First and foremost, I want to start reviewing some of the crazy good homebrew games that are popping up much more regularly recently. I see them all the time. And there is some absolutely fantastic stuff out there that really doesn't get enough coverage on YouTube, which isn't fair considering how much work goes into them. So I definitely want to start showcasing some of them on my channel. If you, or someone you know of, would like your game reviewed, please don't hesitate to send me a link. I'll be more than happy to check it out. ROM files that are stable enough to play on your standard emulators are preferred, just because they're easier to record. But I can do cartridges as well if you prefer. I'll approach the games with the same hopefully balanced eye that I do for my regular reviews, and I'll be genuine and honest with my thoughts. So yeah, show me what you've got. So that's the main idea for Saturdays, but I'm also toying with some others as well. I'm not going to do any long plays or walkthroughs at the moment, as there's already plenty of, frankly, more talented YouTubers than me doing that. I don't think I'd have a lot to add to that realm, honestly. But I'd also love to put together some more top 10 lists. They do take a little bit more time to edit, but I love doing them. And I've got some really good ideas for topics and stuff like that. So, also, a couple of people have asked me about whether there'll be a sequel to the book for the Game Boy Color, and of course there will be. I'm an absolute glutton for this sort of stuff, so early stages, but I have already started writing the book. I'm thinking about possibly, this is a big if, but I'm thinking about possibly starting just every sort of other Saturday or something like that, starting videos for Game Boy Color reviews as well. It might be too much for the time being though, what with the writing of the Game Boy Color book as well. We'll see how I get on, but yeah, these are just ideas. If you guys have any ideas of anything else you want me to cover on the channel, then please let me know. That'd be fantastic. Anyhow, I've kept you long enough. I just wanted to show you the final-ish product of what I've been working on all these years. It does feel really good to actually finally see the finished article. So yeah, please do have a little gander at the Kickstarter page and help us to get to that goal, get the book funded. And like I say, if you have any requests or ideas for things you'd like me to cover on Saturdays, throw them my way. Send us your homebrew stuff as well. I can't stress this enough, guys. You deserve to have your work shown off. You really do. You people work so hard on this stuff, and it's something I don't even know how you get started on that sort of thing. It's amazing. So if there's anything I can do to help get eyeballs on your games, I'll be super happy to. Please send them my way. So yeah, my name's Deedee Ash, and check the Kickstarter. We'll see you on Monday. Cheers.